Hey everybody, this is Michael, and today we'll be looking at basic legal research for European law. But before we get into it, let me change up the background just a little bit. Yeah, that looks better now. So the reason why I'm making this video and kind of want to explain legal research a little bit more is because what we lack in EYP especially is policy-based research. So we often rely on news articles or web pages of European institutions to display the legal information for us in kind of an understandable manner, which is good in some cases, but in most cases, if we're doing research, it would be good looking at the raw legal basis for some things, especially when you're dealing with a very recent legal resource, as for example the General Data Protection Policy, which has been all over the news lately. So let's say you're, for example, reading an article here. I'm reading on the New York Times, and you're reading about the General Data Protection Regulation, and you see it right here. And what you want to do is kind of know more about the GDPR. So what you would do is you would go and open up Eur-Lex Europa.eu, and then you can choose your language right here. And this is what the web page looks like. So basically you have in the center here, you have your search bar. This is kind of like the core of the whole website. And then here you have some things to specify your search. Okay, so let's say, for example, we're looking for GDPR. All right. Yeah, okay, so then you have all your search results here, and the one that's pinned at the top here, because many people are looking for this at the moment, is the General Data Protection Regulation. So you have some basic information right here, some things about languages, then the Eur-Lex number, which we'll look at in a second, and yes, the form of the legal tool, it's in force at the moment. And yeah, so if we click into it, what we see is up here some general information, then here the different languages, and down here you see the actual regulation. And you know, the GDPR is a lot of text, you can see that here. So yeah, lots of different articles right there. Here you have the language display. Because it is a very technical legal document, it might be useful to read it in your own mother tongue if English is not your first language. So for example, you can look at it in Finnish here, for example. All right. Also very useful is the multilingual display right here. So in case you want to see the document in our working language, in EYP English, and then your own language, let's choose German this time, and then choose to display that, you can see English on the left side and German on the right side, and you can kind of compare you know, the different words and what different things mean, which can be very useful as well. Okay, so if we go back now, we can see the Eur-Lex number here, and I know this can look a bit confusing at first because it's seemingly just a bunch of random numbers, but let me kind of show you how to pronounce the Eur-Lex number. So this will be Eur-Lex number 3/2016 R0679. And what that means is the 3 stands for the sector. Sector number 3 is just legislation. 2016 is the year. R stands for regulation, so it's the type of the legal tool, the type of legislation. And then 0679 is just the document number. So obviously it's easier to search GDPR than this Eur-Lex number right here, but what the number can be useful for is kind of to see what kind of document it is. So as you can see, this is the 679th regulation in the year 2016 in the sector legislation. So this was the basic search. I can really quickly also show you some parts of the advanced search. So you also have your text field right here, and then you have or and not conditions right here. And those things are the bullshit factors, which is just like some search functions basically. Okay, so this is how you can basically imagine it. So the basic search would have the function and. So if you put this in data security just like this, the function here would be and which means that what it would look for is documents that include data and security, both terms. So in this little graph down here with data in blue and security in green, the documents it would show us would be those in the middle here. Only the documents that include both data and security. Okay, next factor would be the OR factor, OR right here. So if you put in the OR, it looks for all the documents down here. So all the documents that have data and all the documents that have security. That's what the OR function basically means. And then the last one would be not. So for this one, it basically looks for the documents that have data but not security. So it would exclude this little circle in the middle here. So just the ones here, just the ones that have data but not security in them. That's what the bullshit factors are, and maybe to help you in your research as well a little bit. I hope this could help you a little bit with your legal research in European law. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.